Welcome back to Let's Play KRZ Part 8, I think. And this time we're going back to Act 2 to finish the part we skipped and trying to know how Coleman lose his leg and find the kid. And as you can see in this wheel, the pointer or the cursor is actually a hairpin in the middle. Don't know what that mean. Don't care. Okay, so letter. Attention, Lula Chamberlain. Your application. Reply. Thank you for your application to the Gaston Trust for Image Architecture Zano Fellowship. We received a record number of applications this year, over 100 in total, and regrettably we can award only one fellowship position per year. As you know, our review process includes a multi-phase blind committee analysis and portfolio submissions, as well as a careful review by a panel of subject matter experts on each applicant's notability and relevance in the field. We must be extremely selective in our process so as to maintain the standards we have established over our 35 years in operation. Our panel did not select your application. We encourage you to consider reapplying next year. Many young artists and architects reapply for a few successive years before being accepted. Dr. Carl Stone Norton, Architect, Gaston Trust for Image Architecture. Sorry for the condensing form letter. Love your work. Unfortunately, I just do the mail here. Your Abbas Robert. Lula opens a folder on her desk labeled Proposals. Opens a folder of writing paper on her desk. Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Proposal number 1. Site, hospital. Proposed use, auto dealership. Proposal number 2. Site, distillery. Proposed use, graveyard. Basketball court. Kennel. Hospital closed due to repeated sanitation violations. Auto dealership sanitation requires comparatively lax. Small operating rooms could be repurposed into offices. Large cubicle cycle administrative offices could be repurposed into showrooms. Okay. Proposal number 2. Distillery still active, but scaling down operation to less than half of the site. Distillery built on top graveyard originally. Hybrid distillery graveyard could share resources. Chapel once repurposed into bottling facility could be repurposed into chapel. Opposed. Rick clears his throat. Busy? How are you, Rick? I shouldn't complain, so... did you get my notice? About the proposals, I've just finished them. Oh, great. Okay. I'll tell Diane. I think she was waiting on, I don't know. So, how'd your application go? I was in the mailroom and I saw you got a letter back. Sorry, I don't mean to pry. I just saw... It's fine, Rick. I'm not going anywhere. How's your goldfish? Scene 1. Bureau of the Reclaimed Spaces. So we are here again, awkwardly. Did we just pass this place? I don't think the Zero operates like the roads we're used to. I don't understand it either. So what is this place? It looks like an office building. Yeah, an office building in a cathedral. This is weird, but do you think we are inside or outside right now? I think we are both. Huh, okay. Very poetic. Or maybe someone around here has a better sense of direction. Oh, I'm walking slowly. End of the line? Seems that way. Not for us, I hope. Can I walk here? Ding! Receptionist. Marianne, well, here you are. Better late than never, I guess. Just unload the whiskey over there by the elevator. I'll figure something out. Wanna settle a bet? I'm actually pretty busy, but sure, what's up? Oh, it's nothing. Just a joke we had on the road. We're supposed to have a little celebration here at the office, but the whiskey never showed up. I saw your truck and thought, but you don't really look like one of the boys from the distillery anyway. What are you celebrating? Oh, the less I understand the better. When I'm here, I keep the fans turning and the furnace hot, and listen for the bell. When I get home, I'm a different person. I don't have to think about it. I just paint. Well, it's clear you're new to this territory. I expect you just meant to be passing through. We're looking for Dogwood Drive. Do you know where that is? Dogwood? Nope. You're going to need to talk to someone upstairs about that. One of the map clerks. But first, we've got to get you in the system. So you need an appointment with one of the ingestion clerks. Now, let's see. Ricky's book proofreading drafts all afternoon and Wanda's out on the side. Let me go make some calls and see if we have anyone free. There are some books over there in the waiting area, or just take a look around. Have you seen our grotesques? I hate the noise of the televisions. It's like making fun of waiting at those offices. You're always waiting. I'm not even looking at what the TV says. Pretty high efficiency. Oh good, I thought you left. People can be so impatient, you never know. Well, I have a meeting with Lola Chamberlain. She's senior clerk and doesn't usually handle the ingestion process, but she's the only one with room on her plate this evening. My schedule says she is on the 5th floor, reviewing some diagrams. The elevator is just back to the left there, 5th floor. Where is the elevator? Oh, so here's a waiting area. A service manual for a sewage pump, some architectural plans for a bungalow, and a slim collection of Japanese death haiku. Death haiku. An envelope is protruding from the bottom of the stack. The envelope reads, Bureau of Secret Tourism, and contains several small handwritten brochures with ritualistic directions to bizarre locations. She's on the 5th floor, right? But maybe we can look at the other lobby. I think we are lobby here. Yep. Uh-huh. Maybe I'll skip all those archives and records, bears, conference rooms. Just go to 5th floor. I'm more curious about like what's the story after in Act 4 than the parts in here. I suppose we don't get much more information in Act 2 because we already finished the next part. What's this? Greg is hard at work examining some diagrams, measuring angles with a plastic protractor and occasionally scribbling numbers in a small leather notebook. Can I help you? Don't answer that. We're looking for an ingestion clerk. I'm an interior spatial analyst. I can't help you with that. I think the ingestion clerks have all gone home for the night. Lula might be able to help you. She's pretty senior. You just missed her actually. She was up here about an hour ago. She's probably back at her real desk now on the 1st floor. She barely made a dent in these diagrams. Must have been distracted. Speaking of which... and I go to 1st floor and they tell me Lula is on 2nd floor and then on 3rd floor and and at last I go to all the floors. Bears. She's much too busy. Let's get some of our junior clerks to sort your paperwork first, so we don't waste any of Mrs. Chamberlain's time. It's a pretty straightforward process. First, you need to get a case number assigned. Talk to Clerk Mazin about that. She's just over at the end of the room. Maziston. Hi, how are you? Fine, thanks. I just need your ingestion card and a list of your last 5 permanent address. Just some boring paperworks. What a chore. Can I talk to Lula? Having found the paperclip labyrinth? Well, you made it eventually. You look so exhausted, I'd offer you my seat. But my ankles are turning on me. Arthritis is? Dr. Truman says my joints are eroding one another. They've been collaborating for decades. It's only natural they want to kill each other now. Dr. Truman. Well, enough about my hateful wrists and ankles. This concrete bunker of an office is just a waypoint for you, I'm sure. Where is it you're trying to go? Looking for 5th Dogwood Drive. Dogwood Drive. That's funny. Do you know I used to live on a Dogwood Drive? This was years ago. A grimy old house. Basement full of insects. Attic full of birds. I had a few roommates. We all worked at the university. I had a dog, drank whiskey and beer, and made sculptures. But that Dogwood was a service road. With a name like that, it would have to be. What are you doing on the 0? A gas station attendant told we need to take the Day Zero to get there. Gas station attendant, I see. Friendly blind man, about my age, hang out with an old cat. Likes to pretend he's a poet. His name is Joseph. Do you know him? Joseph and I used to work together and we live together. We are friends. But that was a long time ago. We haven't spoken in years. Do you know why he's pointed you this way? It's because he's still in love with me, of course. And now he's implicated you, quite inconsiderately, and in your condition, it's appalling. So I'm very sorry for wasting your time, but I'm afraid you've been misled. Excuse me. But where's the Dogwood Drive you live on? Maybe it's the same one. No, it's not possible. The Dogwood Drive I live on is now called Pale Dogwood Drive. They've renamed all the streets, you see. Too many streets with the same names. It was never a problem before, but now we have these databases, and it's all too confusing for the computer. The computer has no sense of ambiguity, so it proclaims an error. Name collisions, they call them. So my Dogwood Drive is Pale Dogwood Drive, and another might be Large Leaf Dogwood Drive, or Himalayan Flowering Dogwood Drive, and so on. But one of them is still just Dogwood Drive, so we might hope. It's really a matter of consulting records, of which we had an abundance here. Do you have a record of those streets? I expect we must. They will be up in archives and records, 4th floor. It will be filled under 0 for autonyms, or probably, or G for generic, or maybe S for specific, depending on which part of the street name was changed. So it's 4th floor, right? Archives and records. So, 4th floor. Conway scans a column of elevator pattern. This place is a mess. Inside front cover. Document stuff. We're up to F, and that will do for now. Instructions beginning with letters A, B, C, D, or F. Our activities most likely involve research on subjects beginning with those letters. But air quality is not okay. Page 1. Page 14. Inside the back cover. Failing antique shops folder missing. Listed checked in on page 63, but not present. Page 14 is a single set of documents relating to coal mining operations was checked out and backed in by several different people within a few hours. Page 1, several documents relating to sporting competition venues were quickly checked out and back in over a period in a few days, basketball courts, baseball fields, alleys, and parking lots. Okay. Nothing either. Half of these boxes aren't even labeled, and the rest are all from the first few letters of the alphabet. I couldn't find anything with an O or G or S. Maybe the clerk knows somewhere else we can look. Hello. Nothing, that's unfortunate. Well, they must still be in transit. You see, we've only moved into this new venue somewhat recently, and it's all a bit in progress. It was a cathedral not long ago, can you believe it? And then the Bureau reclaimed it. The old congregation has been directed to one of our storage facilities for their activity. That's where you'll find the street name records, I expect. At the church, Marianne at reception can give you directions. Just come back here when you have the files, and we'll begin the necessary paperwork to have the information analyzed. Oh, and while you're out on the road, you might want to stop and see Dr. Truman about your leg. He's a specialist regarding elements of the joints and limbs, and I know he works at night. His home office is in a small neighborhood on the east edge of the bowling green. Here is his card. Do stop and see him. That leg is a miserable sight. Take care of each other. So before we leave, I think we can go see the bears. Bears. Everyone's looking at you. What about the conference room? Have some coffees, maybe some cookies. The typical setup. These two barrels of coffee. Hello, hey guys. Well, sometimes they have donuts for the meeting. Maybe too much sugar. It's not the kind I like, but cookies fine. Guess what you need? Lula said you could direct us to the church. Oh sure, the old storage lot. Just get back on the zero and drive until you hit the crystal, then turn around. It'll make sense once you get on the road. You can handle it. What is this noise? It's the light. So we go to the crystal and turn around. The draws. The bat wings. The cactus. The wheelbarrow. The antlers. The scarecrow. Burial. The crystal. Okay, and I turn around. Where is the church? self-storage. St. Thomas Church. Shannon, is that it over there? I don't see any congregation. Maybe it's after hours. Let's see what the janitor knows, I guess. Oh, here for the night mass? What kind of mass is it? Tonight? It's a homily on work and need. I haven't heard this one before. Where's the congregation? I guess this must look pretty strange, a church without a congregation. When I first moved in here, man, this place was packed. They had a mass every night, 2 on Sunday. But it got a bit awkward to fit everyone in, and the numbers quickly dwindled. Once folks started to see us as a thing that was falling apart, they lost their center of gravity and just started wobbling. Then the preacher stopped coming too, but he left his old tapes. Same with the organist, and I found some old acetates in the burial archives, photos of people in churches, so I keep it running. You do what you have to, right? We all got a job. Work is play for mortal stakes. That's the title of the evening's homily. In fact, the janitor is called Brendan. So I guess you folks aren't here for the mass. You must be looking for the old burial records. I moved them down to Unit C315 to make room for the mass. It's down at the other end of the building, same floor. I need to get the night mass started, but you can borrow my keys. I'll go. You wait here. Rest your leg. You're looking kind of pale. Nice lady? There are many days on which we proclaim the value of labor and celebrate the piety of the hardworking, through feasts or abstain recognizing it. Joseph the worker was foster father to our Lord Jesus, and who trained him in carpentry and in the merit of sweat, and this is one such day. How do you like working here? It's okay, I don't really know what else I would do. I used to play a lot of card games, in high school. Some of my friends went to college, but most of them just got jobs. Maybe in a few years, we'll be hanging out in bars, playing darts or something. You're not allowed to play cards in the bar because it looks like gambling. My leg's killing me. I bet everyone's telling you to go see a doctor. Hey, I get it. Too expensive. My dad cut his arm pretty bad on the job, but he stitched himself back up because we didn't have health insurance. But then his hand didn't work very well and he got pretty depressed, and eventually he just well, I guess I don't know what he should have done. Who knows, right? So this is like a hobby? If you ask me what my hobbies were, I'd say card games, science fiction, and perspective geometry. But I run the slideshow and I play the tapes, and I don't get paid for it. I take it pretty seriously, but nobody's telling me I should. Is that a hobby? Seems like there's out to be a more serious word for it. Okay, that's it. Next, there are some rituals that you and I aren't allowed to participate in. I don't think, and I don't remember them anyway. Hi, got it? Got what? What? I found what we came here to get. The file on street name changes. You don't look good. Let's head back to the bureau and get this straightened out, and then maybe we should go see that doctor the clerk recommended. Shannon, Jesus, Are you alright? What the hell? My leg is stuck again. Hey, old man, look at me. Can you hear me? What happened? I don't know. He collapsed. I think he blacked out. He was mumbling about the old mine for a minute. The old mine where we met. I'm okay. We're going to see that doctor. How do we get to this address from here? I don't know. It's pretty tricky going back and forth between, you know, here and there. The burial is the only way I know. Some of those folks do it all the time. Computers. Just go back the way you came. Find the crystal. And turn around. Same way back. The crystal. And I guess it's time we call this for a part. So, thanks for watching, and I'll meet you in the next video.